Welcome to the Lust Resist or Love Persist read. This is where we examine who wants what and who needs something. Using the erotic fantasy tarot, the romantic tarot, the tiny universal weight tarot, blessings of grace, listen, and a little sweary affirmation cards. The first card is the Lust card. We have the Knight of Swords. Make haste immediately. The second card is the Love card. We have the Eight of Cups in reverse. Not going anywhere, being unbudgeable, intractable, stuck in ways. Just noticing the juxtaposition of these two energies already, it's a bit off. We have one energy that's always sharp and willing to go get everything yesterday. They'd make a great DoorDash person. Your wish is my command. But they're using their own inner intelligence to find their way because they're never lost. They're like the ways master. It feels like they know how to make things work for them expediently in every situation. Extra training, extra tactics. I wouldn't want to be against this particular person in battle. It looks like even their horse is able to levitate, whereas the second person is upside down with arms around the ladies. You know how that goes. They got a stash, and their teeth might be implants. They are someone who thinks they're suave, but they're the anti-debonair. And they're going nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. They're stuck in some sort of vice that they may not even enjoy all that much, but they can't break out of a cycle. You have the first person who's like, that's it. And the second person is like, forever. Why would these two even be together? Let's find out more. Using the tarot. Well, in the past we have the devil. That explains things. Somehow they became quantumly, physically entangled at the very wrong moment. And thus we're stuck together forever. And this devil is like so happy about this because the one person just wants to be freed and the other person just wants to be in other people's arms. We have the Emperor card. Someone decided to take decisive action and be the boss and take care of business here in the present moment. But the outcome is still murky because it's the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is still all about planning, waiting, projecting, but no solid action. This is like a bowel impaction. This particular relationship is either all farts or all debauchery. When these two got together, obviously they were stuck in vices. One person might have cleaned up, this Knight of Swords. And now they're headed out for horizons that are more amenable while the other person just wants to be mean and flaunt their many affairs in their partner's face. I'm the boss. I could do what I want, and I'm going to be the devil while I'm at it. And I plan on being that way for a very long time. Let's get more character development here. This first person is kind of naive. Anyone who has a 10 of Cups is someone who believes in happily ever after still, and thus can be manipulated with that belief. We have the 6 of Wands. They thought that's what they wanted, but they realized that it was their downfall, because this 6 of Wands is in reverse, and so they lost big time in this relationship. And we have the 4 of Swords in reverse. They're freaking agitated and upset most of the time. They feel like a loser. What they thought was going to make them happy actually upset all the blessings and victories of their life. Second person, Queen of Swords, very cold and uncaring, uses words to harm rather than help. Although they are astute in a way, they could guide this situation out of the misery. They could, but do they want to? We have the Death card. It can be transformed, can't it? Eventually, the boozing and the ladies and the turning life around has to end. I mean, at least you're gonna get gout, right? At the minimum. And here we have the 8 of Wands. There's just something that they admire about this first person. It might be their gusto. It might be their spirit. It might be that they never stop trying to get away. But whatever it is, even though they're in other people's arms, they're still secretly captivated by the moxie and the fortitude of this being that they view as underneath them and with contempt most of the time. However, they would never show that. There would be sweet love bombing to their face, but it would be lip service, because underneath it, there's something deep and dark, sharp and cold. And they like the superficial snoggle and snuff. Big plans, though. These two could be a power couple extraordinaire. However, one is always up in the air, and the other is always in someone else's arms. Let's get the blessings. The first person says, "To each of us grace has been given according to the measure of Christ's gift." The first person is very talented, maybe in the computer or communication realm. They are a gift to anyone because they're so quick in their mind, and they have that optimism that you just can't buy anymore. The second person, "By the grace of God, I am what I am, and his grace to me was not without effect. The grace of God was with me." This person believes they can do no wrong even when they are the devil. They see themselves in the mirror as someone pious when they're just a big pie hole. Well, let's listen to the B for a moment, shall we? The first person says, "If you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect anyone else to?" And they have this confidence that they will always be okay and rise above. Always. They have a gift of feeling peaceful despite horrible circumstances. The second person, give yourself the same love you pour out into the world, and they keep pouring drinks and draughts. They like to put draughts in their drinks. They feel everyone should experience and imbibe in everything that they do. They like to share the freak. Well, the little chaos that comes through here, show up and F shit up. The first person has the ability to interrupt the second person's good time and lay on cold guilt trip whenever. The best laid plans are often interrupted by this spouse who wants to espouse rules on someone who's lawless. Tell us about the second person. What is their chaos? Well, rest is not a reward. You deserve a deep break. They're showing tea being served. But you see, this person likes to rest in an abundance of arms. Having the crumpets crump where they may. What's the final outcome for these two? I just see that the Knight of Swords is headed away from the Eight of Cups in reverse. But what could the clarifier be for this Three of Wands? The King of Swords in reverse. It will just get nastier and nastier. The Three of Pentacles in reverse. They won't want to work together or be seen together. And finally, the Seven of Pentacles. Some cash payout that's immediate. What I think is this first person knows that the second person will get in trouble, and it makes them happy because every time they catch the second person, they get a bit of a cash reward to stay. And so the first person plots and plans to interrupt the salacious acts of the second person, and the second person pays out the first person in order to keep them quiet. And that's how the pattern of this relationship will go for a very long time. Nowhere together, but truly interacting in some sort of malicious and non-contritious soap opera. So the final analysis is these two are war buddies, stuck together with the devil forever. Thank you and namaste.